Hello tarot lovers and welcome to my channel. If you are looking to connect with your tarot deck, then you have come to the right place. If you're new here, my name is Elizabeth, and on this channel we work on building our spiritual confidence so we can listen to our intuition and read our tarot cards with ease. And today I want to talk about my free a card a day Connect with Your Deck challenge, which you can join at connectwithyourdeck.com/challenge. You will find the links down in the description box. And of course, if you want to receive more of my videos, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell so you never miss another one of my uploads. Today, I'm doing a little bit of a different video. I've been running my challenge now for, goodness me, I think at least 2 years, and the journal that goes with it, which is optional to buy, you don't have to buy the journal. I highly recommend you do, but you don't have to. It's had a few iterations as I've sort of developed the challenge more and more. I've done the challenge myself, and so more and more has developed from that. And of course, lots of people have come and done the challenge with me. And they've asked lots of questions. So I thought I've put together a whole new training, which is available when you register for the challenge. So you just need to go to connectwithyourdeck.com/challenge. You enter your first name and your email address, and I'll send you an email that'll have all the details in there. But people still ask me questions. So I thought, what about if I did a Q&A video, like a little fact video of all the questions that I frequently get asked about the challenge, so that it's kind of like a bit of a quick video that you can come to as another way to find out how to do the challenge. So I've got these questions here. They're just in my little, always have a little notebook. This is just a little A5 notebook, and I always scribble things down because, well, the work that I do online, it's a bit all over the place, and I like to track what I'm doing. So these are the questions that have come past me, and there's probably going to be more, but these are the main ones. So if you have any more questions about the challenge, please put them down in the comments box so I can answer them, and that way we start to build a little bit of a library of what people are asking me. If you want to know, how do you join the challenge? It's free. Just go to connectwithyourdeck.com/challenge. Now, you will receive an email into your inbox, and it takes around about, I think I have to give it a minute. So I have an email system. I don't just use Gmail. It's all automated, and I have to have delays or it gets confused. And I think the shortest delay I can have is about a minute. And sometimes I have people messaging me saying, "Where's my email?" And the email's arrived in the time it's taken them to message me. So please wait for the email to come in. Sometimes if it's busy, it might have a little bit of a backlog. But if you wait more than about 15 minutes and it's still not there, then please message me. Now, before you message me, please check your spam and your promotions folder. Now, people say to me, "Oh, I didn't know I had that." Junk, it's also called junk. What you need to do is go into your email provider and scroll down. So you'll see your inbox, and then depending on the provider, there's different ways of putting little folders, subject folders, and I find I only use those for emails that I really want to keep, because I never have time to sort them all, and I find I need to have them all in my inbox so I can see if I've opened them or not and action them. But if you scroll down past all those little subject boxes you might have made for your own use, you will find there is junk, trash, promotions folders. Click on those and you'll find all kinds of emails end up there, including sometimes mine. Because what happens is, if you have security settings in your email that are trying to detect emails that are coming out of mass senders like mine, sometimes they get a bit overzealous and they'll put something that you want in that file. So that's what happens when things go missing. So when you click on it, you need to tell it, yes, this is safe. So, and it'll ask you, it'll say, hang on a minute, you don't know this person, and you say, yes, put it in my inbox. And once you do that, your email should automatically recognize me every time the emails come in. So you can message me and I can have a look in the system and see what's happening. And if there's something's gone wrong at my end, I can fix it because I can see it in the email provider. But only message me once you've had a really good look in your system. The next question is, how can I find the questions for the challenge? Every month, we post all the questions as like a promo post on Instagram and in our Facebook group. So the challenge runs in two places. It runs on Instagram and in our Facebook group. How do you get to join the Facebook group? By joining the challenge. I don't put the link to the Facebook group just out there because I'll be inundated with people, and you have to be on my newsletter list to be part of the part of the Facebook group, because I send you emails about how I work, about the rules of the group, all of those things, and I need you to receive those. So if you want to be part of my Facebook community, the best way to do it is just register for the challenge and you'll receive all of those links. So where do you find the questions? You can find them on my Connect with Your Deck Instagram page. They get shared everywhere. So anyone that advertises monthly challenges, you'll find them there too, because I notice them getting shared all the time. The challenge is really, really big. It just grew bigger than I ever thought it would. And so, which is wonderful. And so you can find the questions out there in the world. So if you just want to use a normal exercise book to get started on the challenge, you can. I want this to be inclusive for everyone. Of course, I have challenge journals. I have a printed one you can buy on Amazon that will arrive all fully printed for you. For those of you who like to print your own stuff, I have a PDF version that you can print and and bind and put into a journal and use with pen and paper. And I also have a Goodnotes version that you can use with an Apple Pencil or on your tablet, or you can use another program called Notability, which is for Android tablets, that where you'll be able to use this particular document and write all over it to do your challenge that way. So the book is a bit slower because Amazon print it and then they send it to you. But if you want the instant downloads, you can get them out of my Etsy shop. So what was I answering? Oh yes, where are the questions? So they're inside my Facebook group once a month, and they're on the Connect with Your Deck Instagram page. And I'll make sure the link for the Instagram page is in the comments. And you can find them there. If I'm not on social media, how can I join the challenge? You can do the challenge on your own. If you purchase the book, whether it's Goodnotes version, the PDF version, or the Amazon printed book, you can still do the challenge. All the questions are in there. There's full instructions on how to use all of the pages. And if you want to actually see me do a training on the pages, they're all on YouTube. So if you're here at my YouTube channel, you will find all of the videos that to go with the Card a Day challenge. There's a special playlist and they're all there, so you can watch them there. So you don't have to technically be on Facebook or Instagram to do the challenge. You'll be really isolated because the Facebook group really is where we all support each other to read. And people post their readings in there as a little picture, and then they give some information, and it's a beautiful place to see new tarot journals for sure, and also new tarot decks. I've bought some beautiful tarot decks, seeing what other people are using. It's just such a great way to see the cards, but also to see how other people interpret them, and we give each other feedback. And so that's been wonderful. And my hope is, in the next couple of months, I'm going to be exploring when is the best time, and I want to start a free live tutorial group on this channel. So if you are watching now, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell so you see when I start those tutorial groups. And of course, if you're on my newsletter list, if you join the challenge, you'll be told about the tutorial groups. And I want to be able to actually discuss the questions, the cards, any questions you've got about the tarot. And those tutorial groups will be free. They'll be limited in number, but they will be free, and they will be shared on YouTube. So you'll be able to come. I've got software that will enable you to actually be there in Zoom. So you'll be able to talk to me directly, which is so exciting. It's just me getting my head around, getting sorted to actually be able to do it. There's so many moving parts in the background and all the tech and all of that, which I have to get my head around, and I'm getting older. My brain says, what? But I think I've pretty much got my head around it, and it's the time zone as well. I've got to think about that because I'm in Australia, and when I function best and when would be the best time to do it, that everybody can come. I'll probably have 2 sessions a month, and one will be at one time and one will be at another, to give people a chance to come. So that's coming. And so if you're not on social media, that would be another way that we could work on maybe decreasing isolation around your learning, and also to enhance what we're doing in the Facebook group. So if you're not on social media, there are options for you, but you sort of need to be on YouTube. How do I post my readings? You can post your readings by taking a photograph. I take a photo of my journal and the cards. Now, I use Rider-Waite-Smith, which is this gorgeous little deck here. This one. The one in the yellow box, because it is the most popular, most universal, most wonderful summary of everything that went before with the tarot decks. And when I start doing some videos on the history of the tarot, I'm going to actually be showing you examples of the tarot decks, going all the way through all the tarot decks that we've got in the world at the moment, as much as I can find them, so you can see that evolution. And I'm going to show you the Eroebuckjones tarot, which is a tarot deck that I got, gosh, right back in the beginning of my journey. And there is a whole story around that Eroebuckjones tarot deck. My goodness, I manifested it, and I'll talk to you all about that when the time comes. But that deck is the inspiration for this deck. So it's a really great deck to see. You don't have to buy it, because I'm going to show it to you on my channel. So make sure that you follow me so you don't miss all that stuff. So I always include whatever card I've pulled, I include this one, and then I have a modern deck and I include that one as well. So anybody that's looking at my post can say, okay, they've got a reference that they can go back to when they're looking at the card and remember what the card is. But you don't have to do that. So I recommend you photograph your reading, whatever that looks like. So it might be that it's in a journal. It might be that you've just arranged it on your altar. It could be anything. Photograph it. And then what we put is obviously the question, the card, the deck we used. The date, the question, the card, the deck you used. Because if I see a card I really like and think, oh my goodness, that representation of the Two of Swords is amazing and making me think about that card in a totally different way, now I must have that deck. I mean, it's great for people to ask, but if you've gone off into the ether and you've gone on holidays or something for 3 months, we don't know what deck it is. It's really hard to find out. So please put the deck and then a little summary about the question. So just write your thoughts about the question and the card. Now, please be careful what you put out there on social media. Social media, as we know, is an awful beast that you can get very caught up in and suddenly find you put your heart on your sleeve and then you get judged and all that. Now, I'm very careful. Prince Charming watches the group all the time to make sure that people are being fair and reasonable in our group about their comments and kindness, very important. So I am very mindful of that, but I want you to be mindful of yourself. And particularly when we start our tutorial group, I will definitely be reminding everyone that when you're talking about the tarot, it can be so easy to start to put yourself out there. And I know for myself, when you read my descriptions of what I got from each reading in the tarot, in the card a day challenge, I certainly am very bland in what I say. And you'll think, oh gosh, Elizabeth, you're saying the same stuff. And there's something in that too, because there are some messages that came out over the whole 365 days that were so pertinent to me. But just be mindful of that as well. So the instructions on how to post come when you register for the challenge. connectwithyourdeck.com/challenge. If you post on Instagram, you need to use the hashtag connectwithyourdeckchallenge. That is the hashtag. Make sure you spell it properly. Cut and paste it if you have to. Make sure you spell it properly, because people have been spelling it incorrectly and then it goes off into the ether and they wonder why their post doesn't get seen in the thousands and thousands of posts that are up under that hashtag. So please make sure you spell it correctly. So that's how you can post on social media for people to see your post. And again, on Instagram, hashtag connectwithyourdeck, hashtag connectwithyourdeckchallenge. And also tag me at eroebuckjones, because I am planning in the future to run some competitions around the challenge. And if you tag me, then I can see your post. So there's that. In the Facebook group, you don't need to use a hashtag because it's inside the Facebook group and we can all see it. But please make sure that you follow, other than that, the format that I have put together. That's the best way to make sure you can get feedback on your post and we can all learn together. So what else have I got here? How do I learn the meaning of the cards in this challenge? Yes and no. I haven't put the meaning of the cards into the journal that I sell. This one here. This is the printed version. I haven't put the meaning of the cards in there. The idea is that you perhaps have access to the deck that you're using and the book you're using, which has the meanings in there, or you have access to another book that has the meanings, or you join my Tarot for Beginners course, which is coming very, very soon. If you join my community, you won't miss out on that. And that will be, again, another free course that I will be doing that will take you through the entire just world of tarot. So we're going to start with all the things you need to know about the history, all the things you need to know about Aleister Crowley and Arthur Waite, Pamela Coleman Smith and Lady Frida Harris in particular, and some of the other people around the tarot and the Golden Dawn. We're going to look at all of that so that when you go out online and you start looking at things, you've got a bit of a sense of what you're looking at. We're going to look at the different arcanas, and so we're going to look at the minor arcana, the major arcana, and the royal arcana. We're going to look at the meanings of the cards. I'm going to show you ways that you don't learn the meanings. Well, you do learn the actual meaning of the card, the traditional meaning, and I really do think you should. But you also learn how to connect that meaning with your heart, with your soul. So when you look at the cards, when they're laid out in a spread, you don't look at them and say, this doesn't mean anything to me. I don't know how to read. I can't see the message. So that when you look at the cards, the story is already starting to evolve. And so that you are really in touch with your learnings from your life, so that if someone approaches you for a reading, they approach you for a reason. They don't just pull you out of the air. They approach you because they feel drawn to you. And so that means there's a message that you need to be imparting to that person about your life's wisdom and what you have learned. And all of us, everybody has life's wisdom, believe me. We just have to access it. And then use the tarot to help us impart it. The tarot is a tool for our intuition, our psychic abilities, our empathy, whatever, our healing. whatever, our mediumship, whatever we want to call it. And I've got a wonderful quiz that I will put a link to in the comments that actually teaches you or assesses you. You answer some questions and it tells you what your tarot reading style is. So I will put that in the comments as well. So they're the questions. I hope that's answered you. The idea of the card a day challenge, and I did do a video in our mini training series about why I wrote it, is to get you up close and personal with the tarot and really help you to internalize and learn the cards. So that when you're out and about and you're thinking about a different, one of the cards, whether it's the High Priestess, the Emperor, the Five of Swords, whatever it is, that you can picture that card, because it will make it so much easier in your learning if you know the cards when you start reading, especially if you read books that discuss the cards. They don't always have all the pictures of the cards there. And it can be really tedious, as I know, to sit there with the deck and keep fishing the cards out as you're reading. It's much easier to be able to say, oh yes, I know these cards, and then keep going. So that's it from me. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.